In today's video, we are diving into one of the most talked about events in recent global politics, the re-election of Donald J. Trump. With his victory, there are bound to be significant shifts in international relations, economics, and military dynamics. But what does all this mean for India, a nation with deep ties with both the US and the global stage? Over the next few minutes, we'll explore the potential impact of Trump's policies on India's trade, defense, and diplomacy. Let's start with Trump's well-known stance on tariffs. During his campaign, he announced plans for high tariffs on imports entering the United States with specific focus on Chinese goods. For India, there are two major takeaways here. First, the possibility of Indian goods facing higher tariffs is very real, given Trump's focus on protecting American industries. While India is not the primary target, such blanket tariffs could make exporting to the US more expensive for Indian businesses and affecting sectors like pharmaceuticals, textiles, and technology. However, there's also an opportunity here. With heightened tariffs on Chinese imports, India could position itself as a reliable alternative for American companies seeking to shift manufacturing from China to India. This aligns with India's Make in India initiative as India looks to grow its manufacturing sector. The big question is whether Indian infrastructure and policy can adapt quickly enough to capture this opportunity. Next, let's look at Trump's stance on defense, especially his transactional view on alliances. He's been vocal about asking NATO and other allied countries to contribute more towards defense spending. This focus on a self-reliant defense could prompt India to increase its own military spending and investment in indigenous defense capabilities, which aligns well with India's push for defense modernization. Furthermore, Trump's support for the Indo-Pacific alliances, especially with partners like Japan and Australia, means India's position as a strategic ally in the region could grow. Under the previous administration, we saw increased cooperation with the Quad Alliance aimed at countering China's influence in the Indo-Pacific, and with Trump in office again, India might play an even more crucial role as a key regional player, potentially receiving greater support in terms of military technology and intelligence sharing. The Trump administration's strained relationship with China is no secret. From trade wars to South China Sea tensions, Trump's policies have often put China on the defensive. For India, this could mean a stronger diplomatic stance against China, especially with issues like the border disputes and economic competition. With Trump prioritizing economic and military pressure on China, India may find more room to maneuver diplomatically and even leverage US's support if tension escalate at the line of actual control. However, this could also bring about increased competition in the region, as both India and China strive to expand their influence in Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. Trump's America First philosophy might lead to renegotiations on trade policies that affect India. Over the past few years, trade negotiations between India and the US have occasionally hit roadblocks, especially regarding tariffs on Indian exports and restrictions on American goods. Trump's win may even mean more perfectionist stance, which could impact India's exports to the US, one of the largest trading partners. However, India could also strengthen its diplomatic engagements to secure favorable terms, and there's potential for agreement focused on sectors like IT, pharmaceuticals, and defense technology, where both nations have complementary interests. Trump's transactional nature means there could be both challenges, windows for renegotiated deals. Finally, let's touch on Trump's stance on immigration. His earlier policies saw lighter immigration laws, which impacted the Indian workforce in the US, especially those on H-1B visas. Many skilled Indian workers and tech professionals face challenges due to restrictions on work visa. If Trump continues with these policies, we could see a lasting impact on the tech industry, which relies on skilled workers from India. However, this might also accelerate India's own tech ecosystem growth, as skilled professionals seek opportunities closer to home. The silver lining here could be a rise in tech and innovation within India. Through it remains a delicate balancing act. To wrap up, Trump's re-election is set to bring both challenges and opportunities for India, from trade and tariffs to defense partnership and regional influence. His administration could shape a complex path for the US-India relations. While there are risks, there are also chances for India to strengthen its role as a global player, provided it navigates the shifting policies strategically. Thank you for tuning in to Dive for Publisher. If you found this analysis helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and let us know in the comments what other topics you'd like us to dive into. Until then, keep reimagining yourself and know that the power of change lies within you. Jai Hind.